using Korean, not really Korean style, but my own style. It is going to be like a side dish using this amazing chanterelle, which I picked just 2 days ago, left it in the fridge and totally forgotten about that. So this morning I thought maybe I'm going to try and replicate this uh, recipe, which I got inspired by another video. So I'm going to try and see if I could make this delicious side dish. This is like some kind of chili chanterelle, I call that, because I think you can easily eat this with pasta, with rice, preferably with rice. So I'm going to share with you how I do this. Let me just see if I can put this camera higher so that you guys can see. Rotate back. Oh, YouTube want me to rotate my video. Okay, let's see if this is better. I think this is better, but you know, it's a bit strange. Anyway, I'm going to try and fry this first while I explain to you which part of the mushroom you should use. Here is chanterelle. So now is the beginning of this foraging mushroom season. So you can easily find them. I'm going to turn on the heat so that I can fry the chanterelle while I'm talking. So you can easily find them up here in the north of Sweden in the forest. It's starting to bloom. So if you find them, try and make this recipe. I can guarantee you sure definitely like them. So besides chanterelle, we also need three other ingredients which I feel is necessary. The first one is chili soy paste, which I enjoy using because I couldn't find the one that contained crispy chili paste, so I have my own. I found another version. So this is like the Logama chili paste, which is the crispy type, but I think this brand is much better than Logama. One of my fans, Michelle, she recommended me this, and I fell in love with this, and I never buy Logama anymore. So if you can find this, you can go buy them. I tried to find them in Amazon, but I couldn't find them. So I will be including, in fact, I found one already, but then, you know, just now I screw up on the live streaming, so the link was gone. So I hope you guys can still catch me on this live streaming. I'm going to put in the link for the one that I find which is perfect. It contains both in one, so you don't have to buy like two, right? So these are two things you need, and you also need another paste which you can make yourself. This is simply just garlic, ginger, and then I have some lemongrass to include to promote the paste. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Esti. I am a Singaporean living in Sweden. So I like to eat, and then I like to share recipes, especially mushroom recipe, because I'm a mushroom nut. I love mushrooms, and who wouldn't love it if it is so delicious, right? And on top of that, we can forage this in Sweden as much as we want to, if we can find them. So I'm going to fry this one, and I'm going to check with you at the same time, all right? So this is a pan that I have. I heat up slightly. So the type of chanterelle that I like to use, because this is like shredded, right? I tear them. Let me show you how I do that. I just split them into half. So usually at this time of the year, the chanterelle has no worms. So actually this is the best time to pick them. So this is a much nicer version, which I love, and they are more firm. I usually like to pick the more firm one, then they are more easy to handle, and especially if you're making this dish. So all you need to do is just to tear them into smaller pieces like that, and then I'm going to throw this thing, this whole what do you call that, whole big jar, not jar but pot. Okay, this one is not very clean. I'm just going to remove this in the frying pan. This is the sound you want to hear, right? Tick, tick, tick. Okay. Immediately when you put the mushroom in here, the mushroom, the water, it will come out immediately, right? So you don't want to like heat them too high at the same time, because it will burn the mushroom right away. So now when the water starts to come out, I'm going to increase the heat a little bit. I'm going to turn this on to maybe the almost the maximum 5. My settings is 1 to 6, so I set it on 5. So let me just put you guys closer. Good morning. Let me see if I can adjust this. I'm going to show you this right later on, what I did with that. We have a really tiny kitchen, so I'm so sorry I have to put you through like that. Alright, so now you just want to fry this until the water comes out. It's a lot of water in this, so I think I can put more. So I'm going to just let this sit. At the meantime, let me show you what I did to this one. All right, so these are, when I pick mushrooms, I like to, how to say that, I like to divide the mushroom into different classes. The big one I'll put one side, the smaller one I'll put one side. Like this, for example, you notice this half is actually the smaller mushroom, and these are the bigger mushroom which I already tear. So what I do when I come home from foraging, I go to my kitchen and wash them with water. Some people, they like to wash it with water and flour, because they feel like the flour will in the water will helps all the dirts to float. But I find that, actually it's the same with just plain water. So usually I like to wash them. If the professional chef, they say no, don't wash them, just brush them, provided the mushroom is really clean. Sometimes, when we are out plucking, we don't really have the time to like brush everything off. So sometimes when we come back, you still can see, some needles and some leaves. So that is where you want to wash them carefully. And all you need to do is to rinse them in the water twice, if you like 3 times, and then separate the mushroom in different sizes. For me, I only have 2 different sizes, the small one or the bigger one. So I will just tear the bigger one into smaller pieces, and then I cook them like this. All right, and I wait for the water to come out, and you need to cook them at least 15 to I think some experts say 20 minutes. When I took the mushroom course, they said you have to cook the mushroom 20 minutes. And I felt like, 20 minutes is a bit too long. I don't know, you agree? So sometimes, depending on the type of mushroom, if it's a small firm one, I will probably cook them slightly longer, very low temperature. And for the bigger one, I will cook them, slightly faster because I pare them really thinly. So I usually try not to overcook them, like more than 15 minutes. So what I do next is that I remove, after cooking them for 15 minutes, you will notice there's a lot of water, like now. So you remove the water and then you just let it sit like that, cool down, wait for a while. Some people, they like to keep the water though inside. Before they pack, they like to put like a few teaspoon or tablespoon of the water that is used to cook from the mushroom. So this way it will not hydrate, dried up when you cook them, which I think make a lot of sense. But I felt like, it's better like keep it into the center, not too dry and not too wet. So what I am going to do now is I'm going to, because cooking, while cooking them after 20 minutes, you need to seal them off with this. Let them drip dry, not too dry. All right, and then you put them into this kind of bags. We call that 3-poser. And then you pack them. Don't put too much in one because this is quite a lot. I won't pack them all in one. I will probably split them into 4 and then I'll freeze them right away. So this one can be used whenever you need the mushroom, and it's still the same, delicious. So let's see here. Now this one is cooking quite okay. Oh, it's slanted. Sorry. So now I'm going to just remove the water, all right, because I want to continue to cook this. Let's see if I can find a bowl. And then I'm going to put my second batch here. Again, I'm going to fry this until the water come out. It just takes about 10 minutes for them to turn into this. Alright, so you want to use something like a spatula, not really a spatula, but a spoon, the back of the spoon, to squeeze the water out. See, there's still a lot of water in the mushroom. Oh, it's hot. Wait. I'm asking Algie to go out too, because I could hear his voice on the background. He's talking to somebody on the phone. Okay, now I've squeezed out all the water. Now I'm going to just transfer them over a bowl, small bowl. So as you can see here, this one, let me see if I can turn on the light. Or here, there's no difference. Huh? So you want to cook this second batch, okay, until they are soft. It smells so good. I don't know what is the thing with chanterelle is that it has a very buttery flavors. It makes my heart happy every time when I fry this. So it's a magic, you know, like I'm a witch. I'm like cooking out this delicious meal, these mushrooms that charm me somehow. So I just love picking mushrooms. And if you are interested in picking mushrooms, so I suggest that you go check out my playlist. I have a playlist under foraging. So I think there I give you guys some tips how to forage mushroom, how to handle them, how to clean them. I'm particularly interested in masutake. So masutake is something that I'm really in love with this mushroom because I love the texture of this mushroom. So if you haven't tried masutake, or if you can find masutake in your region, try go and pick them. I have a few recipes that I have in my playlist under mushrooms, so you can go and check it out. Now this is almost coming up. So now I'm gonna try, and you see the water is quite a lot, huh? Okay. Now I'm going to put this water in this seal, and then I'm going to fry this again. For the previous batch, the one that I've cooked earlier on, I'm going to put it back into the pan. Alright, I'm going to just reduce the heat while I press this. Okay. So make sure you remove the water. And if you ask me, what other kind of mushroom can you use? I think you can use shiitake. In fact, any kind of mushroom, as long as you know it can be shredded. Now I'm going to just process it. Okay, so I don't burn it. So this is the sound you want to hear. Okay, I'm just going to just dry this out before I destroy it. Now I'm going to reduce the heat and just let the water evaporate. So, I have to keep an eye, you know, because sometimes this pan is quite hot. Okay, just make sure it's dry. Use your spoon to make sure it doesn't stick. Yeah, you see it stick. Okay, now I think it is quite dry now. I'm going to transfer them over here in the bowl. You see they dried up very fast. Alright, but don't worry. We're going to fry this a little bit more. So now I reduce the heat. Let me put some cooking oil. So you need Unfortunately, you need quite a lot of cooking oil. I think this is about 5 tablespoons of cooking oil. And not so high temperature. And then now I'm going to just fry this garlic ginger and the lemongrass. I'm going to put a little bit more oil. And then I'm going to put this paste, always with a clean spoon. Otherwise, your chili paste is not going to last. I'm going to put about 1 tablespoon. Oops, I spilled myself. Yeah, I should have on a fur cap. Oh my god, this smells so good now. This paste is made of soya bean, chili, and some black bean. A little bit of black bean. They are from China. Sometimes I'm a little bit skeptical, but then I tasted this in a lot of my cooking and it tastes really good. Now next, I want to put in this Korean style gochujang. Right, another clean spoon. Always clean spoon. This is a Korean gochujang, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have no problem finding this. Korean supermarket is all over the world now. Even in India you can find them. So just mix them properly. Don't really need a lot, just a bit. Now this, oh my god, it really smells. Alright. If you don't have gochujang, it's perfectly okay. If you have any kind of like a lokama or crispy chili, you know, this would work too. Alright, now I'm going to reduce the heat a little bit more because I could see that, you know, the pan is like turning, like sticking. So alright, now I'm going to put this crispy chili paste. This one has peanut in it, so it's not for people with peanut allergy. So this one really makes a lot of difference. Okay, now I'm going to pour in my, can you guys see or not? Okay, now I'm going to pour in my mushroom. So delicious it's gonna be. Alright, before you put in salt, and if you like you can put in some soy, but because this paste has already got soybean in, so it's a bit salty. So you just want to cook this in very low temperature and let this just suck in. This mushroom is like a sponge, it's sucking out the flavors. So just let this cook for a while. Oh my god. It already smells so good. Let me just give a taste and see if we need to add in more seasoning. My god, it's so good. Okay, next step is the seasoning. I usually like to add them at the last point. Oh my god, so good. It smells so good. Hello. How are you guys? How are you doing? Do you like this recipe? I hope you do. So now I'm gonna season this with some sugar. My partner is crazy about, washing dishes because he's my dishwasher. So whenever I cook, I can have like 10 spoons because I always use clean spoon. About 3 tablespoons of sugar, and then taste, and then maybe some salt. I'm gonna add about 2 teaspoons of salt. Oh yeah. If you're watching this video, you probably are interested in mushroom, or rather anything to do with mushrooms, right? So, like as I said, this dish is super delicious with pasta or even just with plain rice. So now I'm gonna give this a taste again. Even better. Oh my god. Okay. If you never tried this before, if you always wondering, oh, what can I do with the mushroom? Always so boring with pasta and chanterelle, right? You must cook this one because this is going to be a game changer. Your family is going to love you for sure. Let me just taste one more. Okay, I need to add a little bit more salt because if you're going to eat this with a bit of rice or pasta, you need it to be a little bit salty, just over the edge. So, oh my god, this is so delicious. Okay, this is done. I'm going to turn off the heat and I'm going to just chat with you guys for a while. Okay, now this mushroom, I suggest you let them cool down completely. Pour them in a sterilized jar, and then divide them into, like for this portion I will probably divide them into 2 jars, all right, or maybe 3 jars, small jar, because contamination when you use a smaller jar. So you eat like 1 meal, maybe you make a pasta, then you use a smaller jar, it's all done. So you don't have to like keep opening and close on the other. If you have a bigger jar, then you just take the top, and then when the thing with mushroom is that when you open it, the minute you open it, it's contamination. So I suggest you put them in a smaller jar and then just take out the portion that you need. and then use this like for a portion like this, like that. This is like enough for 2 people if you eat them just, you know, with your what do you call that, with your partner. And the reason why I turn off the heat now, I don't know if you can see closely. Right, let's see, alright? Closely. If you take a closer look, all these edges, right, it's not really burnt, right? So what I do is I always use a chopstick or a spoon, which is maybe faster, like that, and just grab the sauce. See? These are the real flavors of this whole cooking, you know, all the flavors come down to the bottom of the scallop. And then you're just adding more flavor. You see now the pan is like almost no food gets stuck. And it has a lot of flavor from this goodness. See? Huh. Oh my goodness. I wish you can come here and try this. I wish. Oh, I can't just stop eating this here. If you are looking for like more recipes, like a lot of people, they say, oh, there are a lot of recipes on the internet, on YouTube. It's either their pie, they make pasta, they make maybe some stew with it. I find it a little bit boring, you know, stuff like that, which is really, really easy to make, and you could actually keep them in the fridge. You eat them cold, you can put them on toast, you can make them into, you know, just add them to rice. If you don't have time to cook, especially if you don't have time to cook, this is definitely a perfect dish that you should do. And if you have big mushrooms, a lot of them, you can make them in jars and then put them in the fridge, because if you freeze fresh mushroom, it takes a lot of space. And every season, like for us, for me, I pick around 20 to 30 kilo just for my own consumption, because they string, even though they string, but they still take up a lot of space. And then every time, you know, when you want to take out and cook, it's so sian lah, you know, so boring, right? They have to take out everything and then have to refrost them and then have to cook them. So this one, I do it like fresh. I come back, and if my fridge has no space, as you can see, my fridge is really, really small. You see this fridge is really small. Just the below here is the freezer. So every time when I pick mushroom, you know, I have no place to put. So it's either I drive back to the main house and put it there, or I do like that. Just cook them and then eat them instantly. So this one is going to be so delicious, and I thought maybe I'm going to bring it out with me to impress my mushroom friend. I am going to pick mushroom with my friend Lena, and we are meeting at 11 o'clock. And this is what I'm planning to do. All right, if you want to know the tricks, like how to find chanterelle successfully, I'm going to do a video for all my YouTube members, and they could check out like some of the tips and probably where approximately to pick mushroom, so that you can too successfully find. Oh, something is stuck. You know, if a mushroom picker, they never share their location. And for me, I'm not that shellfish actually. I just felt like the walk, since you know there are like 99% of the mushroom and berries are like unpicked in the forest, why not share them? So I intend to benefit all my YouTube members. So if you're not a members yet, there is a click a thing there, a button somewhere, join. So you can join to become a member. I think there are two tier. One is like the cheaper tier, I think it's like $5, and the other one was like almost $10. So you can click on the $10 one, then you know the location approximately, and then for the $5 one, you will probably know. I will going to create like the tips where, you know, when you come into the forest. In the past, when we were like beginner, we always like go into the forest and then we don't know where to look, right? So every time we come back, oh, so disappointed, you can't find any mushroom. You spend so many hours. So now that I'm being a seasoned, I won't call myself professional, I'm a seasoned mushroom picker. I know exactly where to go when I go into the forest. When I look, I just scroll and then I see, okay, there is the place. So I usually save quite a lot of time. I'll just go to the place where I know where that is for sure. And if you want to learn this skill and technique, join my member. Okay, I'm going to put the video out and I'm going to try and do some filming today briefly. And I have a chili paste. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do give a thumbs up and let me know what you think about this recipe. And if you have tried that, even better. Let me know if you think this is delicious for you. Everybody has different tastes, and you know, maybe this is not for you, but it is okay, you know, just for experiment. And then when you experiment, don't try to do like one whole big bunch, all right? Try just a little bit and then taste. And then if you like it, you pick more, and then you can conserve it and make more, and then maybe give this as a Christmas gift to somebody who like maybe Asian flavors or particular this kind of food. So let me show you what I'm drinking. This is my morning golden drink. I drink this every morning when I get up before I have breakfast. So I haven't had my breakfast, but I've tasted just two, three pieces of this mushroom. I think it shouldn't be okay. I've been fasting because I felt like fasting is very healthy. It's not that I want to lose weight, it's for health purposes. And with this golden drink, I think I did make a video on this too. So you can also go and check it out, my playlist. So I will be out soon. I think now it's about 10. This is turmeric cooked in black pepper for about 20 minutes, and then with water, of course, and then I put them in a container, and then every morning I boil water, squeeze a quarter of a lemon, and then I pour just 2 tablespoons. LG is a bit stingy. He only used 1 tablespoon. So for me, I use 2 tablespoons of this turmeric, and then I drink this, and then I'll be fasting for until maybe lunchtime, and then I'll eat something. This is really, really good for you. Turmeric has a lot of inflammation, you know, anti-inflammation. So I noticed that because I was having a lot of problem with my joint. I think this spring, when I started to work outside in the garden, I feel there is a lot of pain, or rather stiff in the morning for me. But ever since I drink this water, you know, it release my pain. So if you have that problem, especially when you are above 50 years old, you'll start to have this problem. But if possible, start early, because this is a very healthy drink, and turmeric will always, helps you to improve your health. Skull, we call it. So I'm going to clean up now. I hope you give this a try, and I'll see you in my next. All right, bye. If you're new here, see you again in my next live stream. I'm going to try and do this more often. Let me know if you like this idea, all right? Okay, tag top fans. Who's my top fans here? Do I have any top fans? Be the first one. Okay. All right. So you can be a top fans here if you put in a comment, and then you become like a top fans of my channel. So every time when you come into my channel and chat with me, your name will be green in color, right? So that is like a privilege for you to be a top fans. Have a nice day.